Hello, YouTube viewers. Um, this might just be a personal health and medical problems, life situation rant, I guess. I'm using the webcam because my camera on the phone is not storing videos, and yeah, I'm just I haven't been feeling very well mentally or physically for the last 6 years, but much more pronounced and exaggerated suffering and lack of desire, motivation, pleasure. Uh, this year, I suppose. Uh, just dealing with a combination of this pelvic floor dysfunction, the discomfort, and the changes, and the rectal prolapse, and the urgency of the bowel movements, or this constant feeling of pressure or buildup in my lower abdomen and rectum. Either I'm constantly having to poop and it's not coming out, or it keeps coming out, and I don't really want to get into graphic detail, but it's just too debilitating. And I do receive SSI payments for disability. It's just I often hear people talk about how hard it is to get, and it takes them years and courts and all this, but for some reason my application got presumptively approved in like a month. I called this local social security office and was going over these details of the medical history for the last 5 years, especially the last 3.5 years. The doctors, Cleveland Clinic, the physical therapist, the urologist. Maybe it was because a combination of both physical and mental, and also I had documents showing that I am diagnosed with autism, high functioning autism, or what used to be called Asperger's, but did not low functioning autism, or whatever they call it. But yes. You do get this Medicaid insurance, although it's not really the greatest, and I've been paying out of pocket for physical therapy, $100 a month or $200 a month. Which just isn't seemingly going anywhere. Because I was also doing this rental of a biofeedback stimulation thing of the muscles that costs $60 a month. I sometimes feel guilty in a way because I can afford this stuff, and this is America with like the worst healthcare system in the developed world, and people are barely making enough to cover a sudden emergency and all these insurances not paying and losing their jobs, and I happen to have moderately successful parents, middle class, I guess you would call, and I have the luck of being privileged, although even with this privilege, I'm not happy. Which many people would use some sort of relative privation fallacy to say, oh, you could be worse, so that invalidates your suffering and what you're going to, because lots of people have it worse. I acknowledge that, but it doesn't. But that's all separate. But why would I feel better that others are suffering worse, and worse pain, and worse financial situations, and worse countries, Afghanistan or somewhere? No, that does not make me feel good about myself. That makes me feel even worse about myself. I am a philosophical pessimist to the core. Anyway, yeah. I was supposed to get surgery for this prolapse, but the physician wanted a genetic test done to see if I had some connective tissue disorder, which the genes run in my family, or sort of these connective tissue disorders like Ehlers-Danlos. Apparently this would have some impact on the surgery, whether or not the show maybe if it could be related to pelvic floor stuff. So I'm not exactly in the typical age range of people to get rectal prolapses. But it's just taking a prolonged time to call for them to send the genetic testing kit and then whenever that comes, they have to send information to a colorectal specialist, and then I don't know how long it would take for them to get this surgery scheduled. Plus the anxiety about having the surgery itself, and of course you have to take the Miralax colonoscopy type preparations of doing nothing but eating broth and then pooping and then pooping and then pooping, and all this bowel evacuation makes my pelvic floor symptoms worse. Yeah, I'm constantly just thinking, why am I even here? Why couldn't I just have the gumption and the wherewithal to just get some toxic poisonous substance or some nitrogen tank and end it? Because I don't even have much desire or ambition or see this world as a great place to begin with. And if all this got healed somehow, then I'd constantly be looking back there. Well, there goes all my early 20s uh, wasted being stricken with this discomforting debilitation occupying my thoughts throughout no job, no career, no nothing. And I'm still just not very functional at the moment. I'm just living in this house with my parents. I do the bare minimum of required tasks and hygiene and brushing teeth and washing clothes, but I just cannot handle any of these responsibilities. This bill payment, this calling, all this stuff, this responsibilities, this driving. Yeah, it's another subject. I don't really want to be here, but if I was on my own in the current mental and physiological state is exactly the same, all things being the same, I would practically just turn into this hermit, and the house would fall into decrepitude, and it would not be a pretty picture, I don't think. I just have a difficult time wanting to get out of bed. And I'm supposed to go to work 5 times a week and zip drive around and do this and do that and do that. Yeah. Then I'm constantly thinking of time passing and aging, and oh, there goes another day, there goes another day, and oh, there goes another day. What could I have done? What could I have been? I didn't have these ailments, these disabilities, these torturous afflictions. And there goes another year. The chronological age keeps going up and up. And I get this age, and I get 24, and I get 25, and I get. It's like, there goes that year. What have I done? Nothing. I was sent a few short fiction pieces to publishers, and haven't got anywhere. Don't even have the motivation or desire or to write anything these days. I just have, in some ways, given up because I'm so hyper focused on his health stuff and doctors and medical appointments and writing posts in Reddit groups trying to find people with some kind of answers or some similarities in physical symptoms. Debating whether or not I should go to a different urologist, even though these urologists by and large don't have a fucking clue what's going on, and say it's all in your head and it's a prostate problem when it's not. And I'm supposed to look forward to getting older and have more debilitations and pains and discomforts pile on the years. And this feels like the last few years, and keep having, this feels like this indistinguishable blur through the days, just this same thing over and over. And time goes by faster, yet simultaneously and oxymoronically, I have this perception that's slow and also fast. And nothing changes. I'm still walking around in the same neighborhood, living in the same house. Uh, Not enjoying any of it. So that's about it, I suppose. I can't seem to speak coherently or intellectually and find words as well as I used to. I feel uh, less erudite when I communicate verbally than in the written word. But hillbilly ones dealing with reality, okay. You know, it gets bleaker by the day if we're talking societally and politically and environmentally. I wanted to make videos related to climate issues and population issues and oil depletion issues and civilizational predicaments. I can't seem to get the energy to do that. Can't get the energy to discuss energy, fossil fuels in particular. Anyway, that's about it, I guess.